This week's book this week's story in our Journeys textbook is Henry and Mudge by Cynthia Rylant, illustrated by Susie Stevenson. And this book, if we look over here, our genre, the kind of book, is realistic fiction. Realistic fiction is a story that could happen in real life. As you read, look for characters who act like real people and story of events that could happen to you or to someone you know. So this is just like the books that we read last week in our reading groups. It's realistic fiction. It could happen in real life. All right, and as we read, we are going to think about this essential question. What is a perfect pet like? So think about what you know and what you think about pets. And we can tell right away from the cover that the pet in this story will be a dog. So think to yourself, who do you think is Henry? And who do you think is Mudge? Let's read to find out. On this page. Henry had no brothers and no sisters. I want a brother, he told his parents. Sorry, they said. Henry had no friends on his street. I want to live on a different street, he told his parents. Sorry, they said. Henry had no pets at home. I want to have a dog, he told his parents. Sorry, they almost said. So now we know that this little boy is Henry, and he doesn't have any siblings, and he doesn't have any friends on his street. How do you think he's feeling? That's right, he might be feeling sad. So he tells his parents he wants a dog, and they almost say sorry. So is he going to be able to get one? But first they looked at their house with no brothers and sisters. They looked at their street with no children. Then they looked at Henry's face. They're thinking. Then they looked at each other. Okay, they said. I want to hug you, Henry told his parents. And he did. So what happens after Henry's parents look at each other? They tell Henry, okay. What's that okay talking about? Okay, they can get a dog. Henry searched for a dog. Not just any dog, said Henry. Not a short one. Not a curly one. And no pointed ears. Then he found Mudge. Mudge had floppy ears, not pointed, and Mudge had straight fur, not curly, but Mudge was short. Because he's a puppy, Henry said. He'll grow. So he's short, and Henry doesn't want a short dog, but he knows that Henry's only short right now because he's a young dog. He's a puppy. So what words does the author use to describe Mudge? Floppy ears, straight hair, short. Those are all describing words of what Mudge looks like. So he said, he'll grow. And did he ever? He grew out of his puppy cage. He grew out of his dog cage. He grew out of 7 collars in a row. And when he finally stopped growing, he weighed 180 pounds. He stood 3 feet tall. So he's as tall as Henry now. And he drooled. I'm glad you're not short, Henry said. And Mudge licked him, then sat on him. So, the end.